straight at this. This is what we're straight at.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Go. Hello.
Happy
Friday night.
Friday.
Happy Friday. It's Friday night. It's 9 o'clock. It is time for the Burning River Browns talk. And yeah, guess what I did? Look what I did. I reposted it. See that picture of me there? That's me. Yes, standing next to Steve. We were tailgating before the Bengals game. So, guys, thank you. Thank you for joining us. It is the Burning River Browns talk on the Fanatical Elves Network, a subsidiary of the Fans First Sports Network. My special guest host for what's this, like the third week in a row you're here?
Yes.
Posh Clevelander. You can find her at Posh_Clevelander everywhere on X. She covers the UFL. She's a native Clevelander, lives in St. Louis. Thank you for joining. We appreciate each and every one of you. Also, check out the links to the show, the sponsor, Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Click on the link of the show, order up some coffee. You got to do it like you got to tell them Lou sent you. Tell them Lou sent you. So that's what you got to do. So we got some stuff to talk about. Like news has been breaking. There's some UFL news, some teams. It looks like they're relocating some teams in UFL based on stadium accommodations and market size. They're trying to, survive as a league. Jimmy Haslam spoke at a group in London, and ticket prices for the new stadium. I don't know if you knew this in St. Louis, but construction actually began. I think it was yesterday. Bulldozers started moving dirt and everything on the site, so they're started construction on the new stadium.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, that happened this week. Browns announced it. Yes. Well, you remember that whole permit thing? That whole popcorn fart I was telling you? That's all. This is how it went down.
That dropped the last Friday one time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, how that went down was the city of Cleveland is still trying to fight this with a lawsuit that's going to go nowhere. Still
trying to fight it.
Still trying to fight it with a lawsuit. So what they're trying to do is obfuscate as much as possible. So what's happening, the airport manager at Hopkins is an appointed position by Cleveland Mayor Bibb.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Bibb. The manager of that airport went to ODOT Aviation and said, hey, I think that structure's too high. We got to be careful with offering that permit. So they went, oh, wait a second. We're not going to issue the permit until we investigate this. So put a halt on the permit. They brought in a third-party investigator. Third-party investigator looked at it and said, it's fine. Give them the permit. And that was it. So all was they just made them jump through a hoop. And that was it. So people, cool your jets on everything. We'll talk about that. And like I said, we're going to preview the game in London. It's a 8:30 start for you in St. Louis. It's a 9:30 start for us here in Cleveland. It is it's an international game. History will be made. This is the first time a rookie NFL quarterback will make his debut internationally for the first time.
You predicted Dylan was going to start. I remember you saying that that Dylan or another quarterback would be in position. That
probably by then. Well, I'm not perfect, but I kind of can see what's happening. I can read the writing on the wall. I was going to say this too. You know who the last rookie quarterback for the Browns won in his debut? Do you want to know when that was?
Okay, last Browns debut.
Last rookie Browns rookie quarterback to win.
Was it the era of sideburns?
No.
It was the era of like bushy sideburns.
No, we're not talking 70s. No.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. It's 80s. It's
80s. Okay. It wasn't Kosar, was it?
Yes, it was.
It was Kosar?
It was against New England in 1985.
Oh, wow.
He took over for an injured Gary Danielson in his rookie year, and he won the first game at Cleveland Municipal Stadium. Yep, it was Kosar.
Okay.
Last Browns rookie quarterback to win in his first start. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
So
And kudos and prayers and thoughts for Kozar. He's been going through some treatments. He had a bleeding issue. We're saying so. Send your prayers and thoughts and support to
I
Kozar.
believe he's waiting on a liver transplant. I
Yes,
think.
he is. Yes,
Yeah, I
he
hope he
is.
does. I mean, yeah, Bernie,
Hmm.
you're in our thoughts, man. Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you for that. Let me take a look at something here real quick. I want to see. I'm looking according to Yahoo Sports, and let me see something here. I just want to see something. Hang on. I want to see. It is Minnesota's favored by 3.5 points
Okay,
in this
let's
game.
get into that. Hmm.
So I looked at the. I talked to you about the first thing I noticed was the injury report, and we'll preview the game now. We might as well at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time kickoff. It's a
Hmm.
London game. They flew out Wednesday. I'm guessing they're going to do this as soon as the game's over. They're going to get on the bus and get to the airport and fly back. I
Hmm.
guess that's what they're going to do. They have to because there's
Hmm.
no bye week. They got to be ready, get ready for Pittsburgh the following Sunday.
What? We don't get a bye week now. They didn't time.
The bye week's not until the weekend of Halloween for the Browns.
Oh my gosh! So we got to
So
turn around. And be
we're
ready for.
facing. We got to turn around. We got to go to Pittsburgh the following Sunday and face Pittsburgh after their bye week. Yeah, yeah. So I'm seeing. I just wanted to go over this. I think I sent it to you because we had a bunch. We were going back and forth earlier today.
Yes,
We
yes,
had
we
all
had
this
to
stuff,
push
but I made sure to
what we
send you
planned
that
out the
injury
way.
report. Only
Yeah,
two
the
players
injury.
listed as questionable for the Browns.
Okay.
Uh, Defensive back Greg Newsom
And
and
Conklin.
off tackle Conklin was a full participant in practice. Newsom's been limited for the last 2 days with a
Hmm.
hamstring, so he may play. I think he's 50-50. He'll play. I think
Okay.
Conklin's going to play.
You think Conklin's going to play? Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Cam Robinson's going to start after we traded for him at left tackle
Okay.
because
Okay.
Cornelius was just a swinging open guy. I mean, he just wasn't.
Hmm.
He was terrible. I mean,
Hmm.
it didn't help that Joe Flacco's a statue, but
Yeah.
let me just
So.
list these players.
Mhm.
Van Ginkel, the outside linebacker, has been out with a neck injury. He's out for the game.
Okay.
Now, this is an interesting stat. When he was playing on the Vikings defense,
Hmm.
they had the top run defense in the league.
Okay.
When he's
Okay.
not playing, they're ranked 31st.
Okay. Okay.
So that's somebody pointed that out, and I thought that was very. We're talking about over the last 2 seasons.
Hmm.
Let me see who else is out. I'm looking at players that are out. There's another guy that's questionable who's their tight end Urosek,
Hmm.
and let's see. Let's start going with questionable is outside linebacker Batty, tackle Darisaw, which I think he's probably going to play. He's a full participant in practice, and so was Darisaw. I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing myself with you. Hang on. Uh, Ham is listed as questionable, but he's been a full participant with their fullback. Let me see. Now, guys that are listed out. These are I got 5 guys here that are listed out,
Hmm.
and you're talking about guard Jackson, Jurgens, center Jurgens, and center Kelly.
Hmm.
Those guys are listed out. And let me see. J.J. McCarthy's out. Left
Yeah.
tackle O'Neal is out. Offensive tackle O'Neal is out. So they're like their offensive line is beat up.
Yeah. So I
And they have
wanted
Carson
to
Wentz. Go ahead.
Carson Wentz. Let's talk Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Carson Wentz, he's got a lot of experience. I always thought that when you're trying to game plan, you want to think of a team, think of your enemy team's strengths, and then cancel them out, and then force them to play with their weaknesses. So Carson Wentz has a lot of experience. I've seen him let it fly. I've seen him scramble the pocket. He can he's a triple threat. He's a
Yep.
triple threat.
Mm-hmm.
So I am concerned about downfield if Newsom, who can be sometimes sometimey downfield. So I am concerned about who do we have in place of Newsom if he's 50-50 downfield. If Carson he has a strong arm, if
Yeah.
he can let it fly, who do we have downfield for him? Um, defense are the front line of defense, and I know I'm not saying it right, but Miles, they've got to get at him, but he can get the ball out quickly.
He was
You
able to
know,
throw for 350 yards in Dublin against Pittsburgh. So
mm,
yeah, and the Vikings have a good defense. They're not just anybody. I
mhm,
mean, but I
mhm,
remember watching them. I watched Atlanta beat them on a Sunday night, and Atlanta was able to run the ball down their throat. I'm
mhm.
thinking they're going to emphasize on running the ball with Judkins. Offensive
Okay.
game plan, play action, rollouts, more
Mhm.
mobile stuff with Dylan Gabriel. I think you're
Yes.
I think you're going to see a lot more with him. I believe it or not, Tony Grossi about Dylan Gabriel had a very surprised. I was surprised he tweeted this. He said, "Look, he's very quick at processing and making decisions, and has a rocket for an arm. He may surprise people."
Who
He
said
said
that?
that. Tony Grossi.
Oh, oh.
He
By
tweeted
the
that.
way,
Yeah.
I remember a podcaster telling us about a Dylan on a certain night of the draft. So
That was me. Okay, okay. I was kind of being facetious about it because he was shorter, but I know he did visit ahead of time. I didn't know how it went, but they
mhm,
really liked him in the process. And the
mhm,
reason why was his processing, his fast decision making, and
mhm,
if he was if instead of being, they have him listed as 5'11",
mhm,
okay, maybe if he is, but if he was like say if he was 6'2", 6'3", he was a first round pick
mhm.
easily. And
And you preached the night of the draft of why when everyone else was scratching their head of why Dill Pickle, why Dylan,
Dill
why, and
pickle.
you preached. You mentioned how he had, and I made sure to always
I
acknowledge
looked up
you.
his stats
Yeah,
at
you looked
Oregon.
at the
Yeah,
stats, 64 stars. That's a lot of experience. And wait a minute, let's take a minute here and think about something a second.
sure.
Baker Mayfield, didn't everyone say that he was short? What's his height? Let's
He's
just a quick
6'1", maybe 6 foot.
6 foot,
Six.
okay?
He might be 2 inches
So
taller than Dylan Gabriel, maybe.
exactly.
Mayfield's not
So
that tall. No, he's not.
exactly. So when people you have to overcome your weakness, and we certainly see him overcoming his weak. You know what I mean? So Deal overcompensated by having a strong arm. Maybe he overcompensated by having accuracy, QB judgment. We're going to see that Sunday. We're going to see that Sunday, and we're going to see why the Browns outright drafted him. That's why I believe in hyping up if you're going to be my quarterback, I will hype you up. And so I tweeted at Dill. I'm like, tell they drafted you. You let them know. You call yourself QB1. You know
Hmm?
what I mean? They drafted you.
Yeah.
It's knuck if you buck time. You know.
Yes, yes, please. I think, well, hey, we'll find out. We're going to watch him play, or we'll find out. I think the problem, the thing was, when I talked about what happened in Detroit on Monday, was
Hmm.
very eerily similar to what happened in Baltimore. It was 20-10 going into the fourth quarter, and the
Hmm.
wheels came off. 17 points Detroit got off of turnovers, and they got a touchdown return, punt return for a touchdown. You can't win when you do that.
Yes.
You can't. And I
Yes.
remember some Detroit Lions fans thought it was because Mason Graham said, "Hey, we've been stopping the run all year. We're going to continue to do it." And Detroit fans, well, how did that work out for? You?" And I said, "Let me just point out something. Detroit had one rushing touchdown and a total as a team of 109 yards rushing. Okay,
That's not a lot.
that's okay. That's all right.
Hmm.
That's not at all running the ball down our throats. Running the ball
Hmm.
down the throats is when you have like 200 plus yards rushing and multiple
Hmm.
rushing touchdowns. So,
Hmm.
guys, no. And
Dust
actually,
yourself off. Dust,
yeah, dust yourself off. You see, you won.
uh,
Yeah, they won the game. I'm not saying it, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think what Morton said, the offensive coordinator for Detroit, he really it was blown out of proportion. What he said, it
Hmm.
wasn't even that big of a deal. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, it's just, it was like, oh, and like I said, people, and they wonder, Please comment. Feel free to join in on this. They wonder why Stefanski and Barry don't say much, or they're very smart and calculate about what they say because of bullshit like that.
Exactly.
That's why. And I
I
don't blame them.
rather I understand why Kev sometimes is vague as a brown paper bag. Sometimes, he's being very careful. You know,
Yeah.
he's being very careful. He knows he doesn't want to be tweeted, and he knows, even though he says he doesn't care about that stuff, he does. You know, he may have Jim. We don't know who's in Kev's ear. When PR stuff like that breaks apart. You know,
Did you see what Shador did this week or
yes.
yesterday?
Now, yeah, and I
I'm like,
kind of
what?
can see both sides of the story because Rex Ryan really, and to think about, I want to shout out Dalvin the Truth, who is in the holes for Shador. I think it's Dalvin the Truth who tweeted all of the pictures of Shador front of the class, front when they're in the book, when they're in the classroom, he is in the front row writing, listening, all these
Mhm.
shots of him intently listening. You know, I some of this is just clickbait, guys. Some of it, we're the biggest, most engaged fan base, and we've got the most shiniest ball. They're going to do anything to fuck with our shiny ball, which is Shador right now. How do you bother a third string quarterback? Leave him alone. Leave him alone. A third string quarterback. You know what I mean? Leave him alone, But we're the most, people will do anything for clicks and retweets and whatever, you
Well, yeah,
know.
that was just a hot take for him to get the buzz, and you could say Shador Sanders, and people are going to click on it.
Yeah. And so he trolled them. He said, he didn't say literally anything, and still,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
yeah, it
it's
seems immature. I
yeah.
get it. Like I said, I see both sides of the story. Yeah, it
Well,
seems immature,
it's
you know.
Rex. I have in all my years of covering the Browns and being a Browns fan and growing up, I have never seen so much bullshit around a fifth round pick. I've never seen that. I'm like, what is this?
Hmm. Hmm. I
I don't
just
get it.
want him to shut them up one day on the field. I just want him to learn,
Yeah,
process,
just
learn,
yeah,
and just shut up the haters. That's all you can do.
yep,
That's all you
yep.
can do.
So I'm thinking. I mean, Minnesota. I just told you all these offensive linemen that are out, all these players that are hobbled. We're not completely healthy, but we're healthier, and they got a
Yes.
young rookie starting. It,
Batonio may be starting too.
who will?
Batonio. I looked at the injury report.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Batonio.
I
Hmm.
didn't see him listed as an injury status for this game.
Yeah.
The only two guys that were questionable were Greg Newsom and Conklin,
Yes.
and that's
Yeah.
50-50. And I'm thinking Conklin was a full participant. Newsom was limited, so I'm
Hmm.
leaning. I'm going to say Conklin's probably definitely going to play. I was interested
Hmm.
to see who's going to play left tackle.
I just need more for Teller.
Well, think
I
about this
need more
too.
from Wyatt Teller though. Where
Yeah,
are you?
yeah.
You know, what's going
Think
on?
about this. Think about this. Dylan Gabriel's a left-handed quarterback.
I wanted to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Okay, please, guys, if you're out there, chime in. I want. Is there? I know in baseball it makes a difference, but a left-handed quarterback. Those of you that played football, is there a difference with a left-handed quarterback in throws in receiving the ball? What I wanted. That's what I was getting ready for you to guys tonight, and I wanted you guys to chime in. What is a left-handed quarterback? Is that going to make a difference in if I'm in Joku being able to respond? What is that about?
Well, yeah. Let's just see what happens because I don't know if it matters as much as in baseball.
Okay,
But I know with
okay,
protections, like the right tackle is basically the left tackle with a left-handed quarterback because that's his blind side.
okay. So
So,
wait a minute, hold up. Say that again. Say that again.
okay, a right-handed quarterback's like this, so the left tackle's behind him. He can't see behind him. A
Okay, a
left-handed
right-handed
quarterback's like
quarterback is
this.
like this.
Yeah. So switch it,
So he's
reverse it if
left-handed.
it's a left-handed. So the right tackle, okay, if you see my hand here, If it's a
Hmm.
right tackle, the blind side is the right side
The
versus
blind
being the
side,
left
his
side.
right side.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it's backwards.
Okay.
Because
It's
he's
going to be
left-handed.
backwards.
So the right tackle's a more important, which was that was Jed Wills in Alabama. He was actually a right tackle. We made him into a left tackle when he came here.
Okay. So let's look at, uh, dare we look at the roster? Who is going to be the right tackle?
Jack Conklin.
Jack Conklin.
Yep. If he plays like he's supposed to, it'll be Jack Conklin will be the right
Is
tackle.
he healthy to play?
He's a full participant in practice today, but he's listed as
Okay.
questionable. So
Okay. Like I said,
knocking
like I
on
told
wood that he plays.
you,
Yeah, that was the
give up.
Conklin was a great free agent pickup,
Uh-huh.
but the problem was is that he's been hurt all the time. He's been hurt so much since he's
Yeah.
been here. Um,
And Wyatt Teller, when Wyatt Teller and Batonio, I need what? Where is Wyatt Teller? Is he trying to stay healthy so he can move on next year? Is
he's
he?
here.
What is
I,
going on? Is he? I haven't looked at. I need to look. You know what? This game, I'm going to look at him. I'm going to look at what is he do. Is he making those pancakes? Is he doing that protection? What is going on
what's that?
with Teller?
Hold on. With Teller?
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I mean, he's been decent this year, but I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be back next year. I think the whole offensive line's probably going to be revamped. It might not even be anything else. Hang on one second. I'm trying to
Okay.
do something here. Somebody's. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You've got some news.
No, no, not necessarily. I'm just trying glitching with my phone here. Is
Okay.
what I'm doing. So sorry. Sorry
No, it's
about what.
okay.
Why? No, Wyatt Teller. I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look up his PFF grade,
Hmm.
and yeah. So I'm trying to see that, and I can't
Hmm.
really. I'm trying to find that out. What he's been like this year. It hasn't been horrible with him.
Hmm.
Um, I'm thinking really the problem was we've had backup tackles. I mean, Ethan Posick's been all right. Teller's been all right. The line's been okay, but when Dewan Jones went down and then Conklin went down, we had
Yes.
backup tackles. It was just
Yes.
and the thing that why Dewan Jones when he went down, that was an illegal
That was
shot.
a horrible hit,
It was an
and that
illegal.
and I don't want to speak it into the atmosphere. I don't want someone doing that type of nasty hit to Conklin. That's my fear. Knowing Conklin came back, you know what I mean. I don't know if I want to play Batonio Conklin. I don't know because
You have
I
to
don't
play him.
know
I mean,
because I
how
don't
else are
want
we going to
someone
do?
taking that nasty hit to Conklin, aiming for him, and they
No,
knew to aim for
it's
Jawad's.
illegal. It's supposed to be. There's supposed to be a flag. They got to call it. They're not supposed to be able to do that. That was a
Hmm.
dirty hit, and
It is. It was. It was a dirty hit. It's a dirty
yeah,
hit. You
somebody's asking
betcha.
me my age here. All right, ladies, I'm 52 years old, and I'm married. So just so you know.
Who are is it the DMs or what?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm getting
Oh my
DM'd.
gosh.
I'm getting DM'd.
Okay. Guys, you see him live broadcasting, okay?
I'm getting DM'd. I get DM'd all the time. I get DM'd all the time. It happens. It happens. I'm sure you do. I mean, we all, especially the ladies. I know they do. I get DM'd.
Oh gosh.
Like Heather. Heather gets DM'd. Oh wait, she sent me a GIF. Hang on. Oh, it's oh interesting. It's Angelina Jolie going like this.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. All right. But yeah. I'm gonna say this. I if you looked at this schedule, just looking at the season as a whole,
Hmm.
there's 13 games left. Okay,
Okay.
I'm sitting here going, 11 of these games are winnable with this defense.
Hmm.
The two that I think that are going to be the most difficult, and I'm not saying we can't win them or we won't win them because anything could happen. The Buffalo game here and the game in Pittsburgh. It's just those are the ones that I'm sitting there going, hey, is this going to happen? That's just look at it. I think Sunday. I'm not saying we're going to win. It's winnable.
And I think it's winnable.
I think it's
I
winnable
think
with the
it's.
amount of
I
injuries
really
and who
think
we're
it's
facing.
winnable. I was looking
Yeah.
at the injury report. I really think it's winnable. I think that having QB Dill Pickle at the head and on helming, being the quarterback, is going to reinvigorate the team. Sometimes you remember, sometimes you have that rally call when you have a change in coaches. I think that's going to reinvigorate the team, having him there.
Do you think it's going to
I
spark the
put that
offense?
down as a strength. I
Yeah.
put that down, having him, having a quarterback that you only can go by his college film, basically, and a couple of preseason. That may be a strength because he's unknown. You
Right.
know,
Right.
I think this game is winnable. I think
I
we can
would.
do it.
Okay. I think it is. So let's go ahead and pause real quick for a break. We'll go over the ticket prices thing, and I think the
Mhm,
UFL news, and pretty
mhm.
much I think that'll wrap it up. That's what we were talking about, correct?
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah. Let's
Yep.
go ahead and let's just go ahead and do a quick pause for a break
Mhm,
for a word. This is for a word from our sponsors.
mhm.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I got to put this here 2550. I got to put in the time code for it. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for staying with us. Hey, always glad to have you join us. Feel free to comment. And I'm looking here. Let's go ahead and talk about this. Haslam was at an event in London. I'm not
Okay.
sure where or what the event was, but there was a comment that he made saying,
Mhm.
now keep in mind, you sent me the Scene magazine article. Since I don't subscribe, I really couldn't access it. So what I did was
Mhm.
I did my
Okay.
own research,
Mhm.
and it said that he said that the average ticket prices for the new stadium will be over $200.
Okay.
So immediately people I could see the outrage already.
Mhm.
Okay, as of today, average ticket
Mhm.
prices for the Browns game at the current stadium. Can you guess?
Um,
I already told you.
$120.
No, it's 158.
Okay. Okay.
Where I sit in 503, like 5 rows
Okay.
from the top. I'm covered. But I love it
Mhm.
up there because one, I'm covered. Two, I can
Mhm.
see the whole field. Three, I
Okay.
don't pay a PSL. Four, it's
Okay.
like $70 a ticket, 75 depending on the game. About 75. All right.
Mhm.
So for 10 games, I pay
Mhm.
like 750 a year on my part. Okay, for my
Okay.
ticket. So
Mhm.
$75. So guess what else I do? I don't do. Okay, so where I'm at
What?
is 70. So I'm thinking if it goes up normal, it usually goes up. The average ticket price goes up every year somewhere between 10 and 15
About
dollars.
$50.
10 to 15 a year.
Okay.
10 to 50 with the Browns they have the last 2 years. So you're talking
Okay.
4 years from now. That's pretty much the rate of the inflation of the tickets. Just so you
Okay.
know.
Mhm.
Plus exorbitant concession stand prices. Have you gone
Mhm.
to a game and tried to buy food there to see how
Yes.
much it costs?
Yes. At the
Get
Brown Stadium. Yes.
just get a soft drink and a pretzel without cheese, and just see how you're talking $15 just for that
Uh-huh.
easily.
Easy.
It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
So so I two things. This is what we do. My
Mhm.
friend Harvey and I, or I can even go back when I was in college and I was broke.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. You snuck.
When I went to Indians games,
Uh-huh.
there were the Indians then.
Uh-huh.
It was Jacobs Field. I
Jacob's
knew it was
Field.
too expensive to eat food there, so guess what I did?
What's
I
new?
ate at home, or I got McDonald's. I actually ate before I left. Guess what else I did? I didn't pay ridiculous prices to park. If I had to, I could take the Rapid.
Rabbit. Uh-huh.
$5 for a day pass, take the Rapid. Go downtown,
Uh-huh.
you're fine. You don't have to worry about traffic and bullshit. You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's where that stadium is located. It's right in front of the airport. Guess where the Rapid goes?
The
To the
racket goes right there.
to
Uh-huh.
the airport.
Yes.
So
And
guys,
they're going to add more service.
and
You
more
know
parking.
they're already brainstorming more service, more.
They're
Yes.
already doing plans for traffic and roads. They're working
Mm-hmm.
on this.
You
What I'm
know it.
saying is, yes, it's going to be more expensive than today, but everything will be. Can you tell me what the price of gasoline is going to be in 4 years? Can you tell me what the price of milk's going to be in 4 years?
No.
No.
And
What are interest rates going to be in 4 years? Do you really
and
know?
he had economists, people figure out, okay, Browns fans, what are they willing to pay? I forgot what it is. I'm forgetting my
Hmm.
economics class, but there's something
We're
you
in the
do a
middle
cost
with ticket
analysis.
prices. We're kind of in
Yeah,
the middle with ticket prices. What we're doing.
yeah, but you figure out what price the consumer is willing to pay. I know there's a survey or something they've done where you're willing to pay because the UFL did like a email survey, trying to see what prices you're willing to pay for that. So, and I know they expected 200. I expect
Yeah,
200.
yeah,
Now,
they're
for
around there.
me,
That's
yeah,
average. That's average.
that's
Okay,
average.
average. That means it's somewhere in the
Hmm.
middle. I mean, there's going to be prices
Hmm.
cheaper than that. There's going to be prices higher than that.
If I'm coming from out of
Average.
town, I'm probably going to pay a little bit more because I want
Yeah.
to maybe purchase it
Depending on where you get your tickets
out of
from, because we do our deals directly with the Browns.
town.
Everything's
Okay.
right there. Yeah. So somebody just asked me if I was a retired wrestler. Yes, I am a retired pro wrestler. Yes. Yeah, I get that all the time. Okay. Well, no, just think about it. Just think about it, because I mean, I can afford more now because I'm older. I have a career. I have money. I can
Hmm.
do it.
Hmm.
But I have a family too, and you
Hmm.
prioritize. And if I couldn't afford to go to games, I don't.
Hmm.
I don't.
There, I'm serious. I love the Browns, and there are things when the Rams were here. My son and I, he he told me one time, Mom, Rams game, two video games, I'm good for Christmas. We our family, budgeted around going to Rams games,
Right.
here in St. Louis, and tailgating and things like that.
Right.
We would
Right.
budget and
You budget
things like.
Christmas. You budget your money.
Mhm.
You budget everything. You kind of
Mhm.
you have a plan. Like I mean, if you're married or in a serious relationship when you're
Mhm.
cohabitating, you should sit down and talk over stuff like this. That's what you should
Yeah,
do.
of course, of course.
Right.
Lights, mites. Who needs lights? No, I'm joking, but yes, but yes, of course,
Well,
you
yeah,
do
you prioritize. Okay,
need
we gotta pay the
prioritize.
rent or the mortgage. We gotta have a place to live. We gotta have
Uh-huh,
heat. We gotta have utilities. We gotta have water and
uh-huh.
gas and electric. All that stuff. Whatever.
Yeah,
We we
yes,
need to eat.
but
We need to eat. So
ex-
we gotta put food on the table.
exactly.
So we're
My parents raised me to be smart. I am a nurse and I have gone without getting my nails done and everything, because my family taught me you save, you have emergency money, you save. But my family also said brown and orange forever. So,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
they
some
taught
people
us,
might make it to a game once a year or once every other year. Some people are
yeah,
season ticket holders. I think a
yes.
lot of people will come to that new place just to have the experience. But he said in that
Mhm.
ticket price, he said it'll be worth the experience.
Experience,
What
yeah.
would make that experience worthwhile? A
Uh-huh.
winning product on the field.
A winning
So,
product in the field.
if they're winning, they're not going to bitch about ticket prices.
That's
So
what I'm really thinking. They're going after Arch. They're going after Arch. I really think I tweeted before
well,
every step they've taken so far shows me that it's all about 2026 draft. And I
mhm.
really think they want a new stadium. They want Arch at the stadium. They want that name. They want I really think they're going after Arch. And there's no guarantee Arches is going to be a junior next year, I
I
think.
don't think he's coming out till 27. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think
But,
he is, but I mean, there's a lot
some
of
of their
guys. I was
decisions, I
listening to a
think.
podcast about the quarterbacks that are coming up, and right now the number one guy is Mendoza out of Indiana, and then there's Lenora Sellers are the top two. So you're kind
Mhm,
of, I mean, it could change between now and April of next year, but we'll
mhm,
have to see. We'll have
mhm.
to see. I would think if they have what if here's a big what if. What if Dylan Gabriel balls out this whole year? We make the
I
playoffs,
there's something in
and they think we got
there
our
is
guy.
something inside. like I said, Dylan and Shador are yin and yang. They both have strengths that complement each other. They can be the future of our franchise if we just are patient. There's something inside of Dill. I see it, and I looked in the eyes of Shador. It's look beyond the flash and that Dion DNA gleam. There's something inside of both of them that is going to make history. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. But
I
like I
think
said,
Dill has the diligence. Both of them want it bad. They want it
yeah.
bad. They're going to grow. We gotta be patient. I know
Well,
it's hard. To be
okay.
patient.
There's the problem right there. People being patient. That's the problem right there,
Mhm,
right? I mean,
mhm.
yeah.
But
There's
but people, when you started your job, you didn't get it the first time. You know what I mean? When Arnold Schwarzenegger started working out, he didn't be Arnold Schwarzenegger the first week. You know, it took time. It took
it's a
researching
grind. It's a
supplements.
grind. It's a process.
You certainly know that, Mr.
Yeah,
Rest.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but I
I
think
worked
Dill is
hard.
going to grow.
I put in the
Dill is
work.
and
Yeah.
if Dill goes out and makes mistakes this weekend, that is still not the end of it. It's
No,
still not the end of it.
no,
This is
no.
his first,
He's gonna make mistakes. We all make mistakes.
and like you said, he's already making history, being the first rookie international game.
Yep. First NFL rookie in international game. And let's hope he does something that hasn't happened in 40 years and be the first Browns rookie quarterback to win in his debut, his first start. I would love to see it. I tell you what, this is it. I mean, this defense is good enough to keep us in games. We play clean special teams, and we play clean on offense, meaning being productive and not turn the ball over. We'll be in a
Hmm.
position to win this game.
Hmm.
I think this defense is poised to really wreak havoc on Carson Wentz. I mean,
Hmm.
and I'll tell you what, and people that are complaining about Andrew Berry, I was just been seeing podcasts of people just talking about this rookie class that's come in. Now, if Dylan Gabriel proves to be an NFL starting caliber quarterback, we got him late in the third round. I mean,
Hmm.
this is an unbelievable draft.
Hmm.
There's another one too. I'm going to make this point, and I'm not saying this is what the Browns are going to be doing and this is going to happen,
Hmm.
but in the late 70s, the San
Hmm.
Francisco 49ers traded
Okay.
for O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
Did you know that he played for San Francisco at the end of his career?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was beat up. He really didn't play much. He
My
ended his
grandpa
career
loved.
late.
My grandpa loved
Yeah,
OJ and
the
taught me
late
all.
O.J. Simpson. We're not going to talk about his legal troubles or anything. We're just going
Yes,
to talk about his
right.
football career here. So that happened. Then San Francisco gave up a lot to get him from Buffalo. And it turns out he really didn't pan out. So Bill Walsh was hired as the coach, and they were looking at quarterbacks. But
Hmm.
they didn't have a top pick in that draft because they traded it to Buffalo. So Phil Simms went to the Giants because Phil
Hmm.
Simms was one of the top quarterbacks in that draft. They ended up drafting a guy in the third round that nobody really made a big deal about, and his name was Joe Montana.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. So if
sounds
they
like
never
if
made
they
that
never
big trade
they
with
would have
OJ,
drafted Phil Simms probably in earlier. So I'm not saying that the Deshaun Watson thing, like it's similar to this, that we're going to go on to be an unbelievable
hmm,
five-time Super Bowl winning franchise from here. Trust me, I would love it if that happened. But
hmm,
what I'm saying is that you never know.
hmm,
And I remember in July when the Cleveland baseball team was 15 and a half games back from Detroit. They came back and won the division. They lost in the playoffs, but it was historic.
it was a story.
So don't give up. Let's see what happens.
Hmm.
Now let's switch gears for the
And
last
that's a
10.
perfect segue to our next
Let's
topic.
switch gears. You like how I do that?
Yes.
You like how I do? I love having
Yeah.
you on, Bosh. You just like to put me over so much. Yes. But thank you for coming on, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Feel free to comment. We're having, but I've seen we got viewers and everything. Thank you. It's a Friday night. It's going to be an early Sunday kickoff, so everybody don't be too hungover. So
Yes.
so you got UFL news. You're the UFL pretty much expert for the show.
I
Go
wouldn't
ahead.
say
Go
that,
ahead.
but
Yeah. Well, no. You're more of a you're more knowledgeable of the UFL than I am. I know Columbus is getting a team. We talked
yeah.
about that, but then I guess
I
other.
plan on reaching out to you if the UFL comes to Columbus, though. I plan on
Oh,
pulling you.
absolutely,
I
absolutely. That'd be
plan on
nice.
pulling you on.
Um,
But
let's go ahead.
breaking news,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. Go
This was
ahead.
around 1:36 p.m. Central Time. The official handle of Mark Rapol, as you know, Mark Rapol, owner of Body Armor and other products, who's joined up with The Rock, his ex-wife, to own the UFL, part ownership of the UFL, the Fox Redbird Capital.
Hmm.
Here he's been teasing a special announcement next Wednesday about the relocation of the team of UFL to UFL team relocation expansion of the UFL. Now
Hmm.
today he chose to drop some news about the UFL
Okay.
today. Sadly, and we as Cleveland fans can understand, Cleveland fans and me as a St. Louis, Cleveland to St. Louis fan can understand. Sadly, he announced that Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers, and the San Antonio Brahmas, their fan bases are losing their football team. To clarify, he said that they did not find any venues that fit their bill. The goal is to find venues that are more intimate, quote, intimate and smaller, usually in soccer stadiums, but we understand this because James Larson, one of the major reporters for the UFL, mentioned how the Panthers, just to enter the building of Ford Field, had to spend like 500,000. Now, my only concern with this is that many of the fans, with the announcement of relocation, offer viable stadiums that could have been suggested, like at Eastern Michigan University and other avenues. So I'm hoping that maybe some good news still, but I don't know. But there were a lot of fans mentioned viable stadiums that fit the bill that will not overextend the budget, possibly the UFL. But sadly, once again, Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers, and San Antonio Brahmas are
Where are they
losing.
going to? Did they say?
We don't know.
Okay.
That will be announced on the original date, October 8th. October 8th was the original date. I told you about that. He
That's
was
5 days
originally,
from today. That's
yes,
next
that he
Wednesday.
was
Okay.
originally was going to make an announcement. This was a surprise that he dropped this news today. I want to shout out Pudge Richardson, who Pudge Richardson on Twitter, who made sure to give reasons. Pudge Richardson's tweet where he mentions the data that originally Mike Guardiola. I want to shout them out
Yep. I
at
saw the
XFL.
tweets. I saw the tweets. Go ahead.
Yep. So to shout out Pudge Richardson for posting the at Richardson Pudge, and Mike who posted the data that Mike Guardiola had posted, talking about the average attendance for the USFL and XFL games. I'm going to tweet that and attach that to the rebroadcast tonight about that. Of course, STL, the town I live in, St. Louis, the Battlehawks is the most highest engaged fan base.
Hmm.
Before the pandemic, we were tailgating our USFL games, and so I'll attach that information tonight with the rebroadcast. But I love how I want to shout out Mike Guardiola and Pudge Richardson. They helped me prepare tonight, and I love how they show information from 2023, and they show the former names of the former team, like the Houston Gamblers, and here listed here. So we do. I do want to acknowledge and send my sadness and prayers and thoughts. And yes, I do want to say prayers and thoughts. Yes, it's just football, but life is hard, and this is
Hmm.
football is just the chance to put away your bills and think and get away. And so
It's
those
an
fans,
escape. It's an escape.
it's a mistake.
Yeah.
And those fans, Michigan Panther pride, the San Antonio fans. I want to shout out San Antonio Bullpen. I want to shout out the Showboats. For one of my first interviews for my UFL show was a guy named the Boatsman who helped to organize a lots of the fan base. Those fan bases gave money and time and talent and sacrifice to promote these fan bases. So we really, as Browns fans, want to encourage them. Yes, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be happy about Columbus maybe getting a team, but I am really sad about these fan bases, Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers, and San Antonio Brahmas losing their fan base. I know the feeling. I lost my team twice, moving to St. Louis, leaving Cleveland. So we really want to be cognizant of their feelings. We really
Yep.
do.
Well, absolutely. I know what the feel like. It was interesting. I'm sorry that that happened for those fans, and I
Yes.
really, really am. I was explaining to somebody that's in Massachusetts today about, no, actually New Jersey. Excuse me. They're Eagles fans, and they don't remember when the Browns weren't playing. They don't remember, like they can't recall. I said, if you lived here and you're from here, you would remember 1996, 1997, and 1998 when we didn't have a team.
I remember the Cleveland Plain Dealer article that said domestic violence reports went up when we lost our brand. I remember the Cleveland
Yeah, I don't
Plain
remember
Dealer
that,
article.
but wow.
I remember,
Wow. Yeah.
I remember it. I remember it clear as day. The Cleveland Plain Dealer, it's probably in their microfiche, whatever stuff, archives, but there was an actual article talking our domestic violence went up when we lost our Browns team.
That's horrible. But I was explaining to him like the day before we were debating the stadium and what to do with Municipal Stadium. We just built Jacobs Field. We just built now the Gund Arena. Then now it's the Rocket Arena.
Hmm.
Okay, and we just did all that, and now it's like Art Modell's like, hey, the stadium's falling apart. What about me? And he paid for everything there, and he lost the concession revenue when the Indians moved. So
Hmm.
we were voting to expand the syntax to remodel that stadium and update it and do all this good stuff for him. And that was up for a ballot the day before he announces the move to Baltimore. Middle of the season, we were 4-4 and tied for first in the AFC Central. And we passed that stadium ballot, that syntax extension in Cuyahoga County,
Hmm.
80 to 20. He still had 3 years left on his lease, and he was bankrupt. If he didn't move to Baltimore, he was going to go bankrupt. And we're like,
Okay.
and the city was like, no, we're not letting you out. So they took him to court, and the court said, yeah. So the NFL intervened, and the three of them came together with a deal where Art Modell can relocate his team, get his money, get out of financial debt and all these problems, but he has to leave the Cleveland Browns name, the Cleveland
Hmm.
Browns history, and the Cleveland
And our
Browns
color.
colors. All of that stayed in Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns technically never located. He got to rename his team in Baltimore the Baltimore Ravens.
Hmm.
So, in return, we were promised either a relocated team or expansion team by 1999. What we had to do was build a new stadium. So they tore down the municipal stadium, built the current stadium on the exact same spot where Municipal Stadium was. They had to
Hmm.
tear that down, design it, and build it in 3 years, which was
That's
done
not
in
a lot of
a
time.
which was done in a rush.
That was not a
Okay,
lot of time.
we're talking close to 4 years now from where we're at. Okay,
Hmm.
just about maybe. I mean, you're talking like 46 months. Okay, because
Hmm.
that deal came together in February '96. That
Hmm.
stadium and that everything had to be ready by August of '99. So here we are. The expansion team was awarded to Al Lerner and that ownership group in September of 1998.
Hmm.
That team had to have a roster and be ready for training camp by July of 1999.
That's not a lot of time.
No, the stadium was rushed. the team was rushed.
It was rushed.
When you start off on a wrong footing like that,
Mm-hmm.
you're done. It was pretty much what it was we got the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And we fought to keep our team and we won, but what we won, we got screwed on by the
Yeah.
NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times we still got screwed. So there's times we get screwed by referees. Everybody can say that, whatever.
Yes.
But in the last 5 years, let's see how this season goes. With this current group, we've had 2 playoff appearances and a playoff win. And going into last season, there was a winning record. Last season was just like, you can't. It fell apart. But the owner stayed with them. He didn't give up on them. So let's see how this season goes. We've been relevant for 5 years. We've been even with the Steelers for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I want us to thank you for that history review because history matters. History matters, and people need to understand why are the Browns always this. They don't know our history. They don't know.
Why are we so loyal? Why are we so loyal?
Because we fought for our name.
We fought for it. We fought so hard. This was done before there was internet, social media, hashtags. We did it with letters, phone calls, and faxes.
Yes.
The old-fashioned way, when the dinosaurs roamed the earth before the internet.
I could see Wayne with the hair on the news talking.
Wayne Dawson?
Wayne Dawson on the news.
Yeah, he's
talking
coming
the
back.
latest report.
He had to fight cancer. He was sick for a while. He was fighting cancer.
Oh,
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know
can
if because I know
see
you're
him.
not here. You're not here, so yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing
but I have
better. He's supposed to
memories
come
of.
back soon. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I have memories of him on TV telling the latest updates and giving the latest update. Jimmy Donovan and them giving the latest update of what to do. What's going on and fighting for our lives. Our sports lives for our team, and
Yeah.
it was so
It was
sad.
Herculean. No other fan base in the history of sports accomplished what Cleveland Browns fans accomplished.
I
None.
remember, and I can tell you because I lived here in St. Louis and saw Cronky, who took our team here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Cronky and Modell, fuck them forever.
Well, if people are like, well, Baltimore got to win 2 Super Bowls. All right, let me explain what happened. In 1999, Art Modell made a deal to sell 40% of his team to Steve Biscotti to get out of debt. He was still in financial trouble
Okay.
3 years after making that move, which
Okay.
then
To Baltimore.
eventually Biscotti would own 99% of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Art Modell had to sell it. So they got the money to put into that team, plus Ozzie Newsome was the GM to win the 2000 Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Then 12 years later, I think Art Modell wasn't even around anymore at that time. It was like in 2012 when they won their second one,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. I mean, yeah, technically those were our championships, but Steve Biscotti bailed them out. Steve Biscotti's the owner of the Ravens now, not Art Modell. Art Modell had to sell the team anyway. After all that crap and all that garbage, he had to sell the team anyway.
Right.
That's what I'm like, really? You basically sold your soul to do that.
Mm-hmm.
When he, when really, and at the same time, the city of Cleveland's just as culpable because the same bullshit about the stadium we're hearing now was said back then. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm at that age where I've heard this before. You people don't learn a goddamn thing. You don't understand what's being brought in front of you. We have an opportunity at a world-class football stadium to host major events in this area, and you're like, ticket prices.
UFL. I tweeted, and I love the jump on when people like first tweet, like reply like 3 minutes or 2 minutes later. I tweeted at Mayor Bev at his official account. I'm like, bring the UFL to Cleveland. The UFL is thinking about expanding. Bring the UFL to downtown stadium Bring it down there. The UFL season is totally opposite of the Cleveland Brown Stadium. The UFL could be there. You could
Yeah.
do it. I think it would make money.
Did
I
he
think it would make
respond?
money.
Did he respond to your tweet?
Of course not. That would make too much sense.
Well, let's think about this because I heard also with the soccer stadium, there's going to be a women's pro soccer team coming to Cleveland
Okay.
too.
Oh,
I heard that.
there is.
Plus the Rockers are coming back. The
Yes.
WNBA.
Okay.
So, excuse me. Let me kind of do this because I've heard people they talk about ticket prices. You hear traffic, your concession prices. You're hearing this, that, or the other, all this other stuff. We've heard it before. Oh, the team's not any good. They said the same thing about the Indians in '89.
I don't want to hear about concessions.
And in
A
30
couple
years,
years.
in the 30
Yeah.
years, 31 years since the gates opened at Jacobs Field, which is now Progressive Field, that
We
Cleveland
could be eating
baseball team
cubes
named
right
either
now.
Indians or Guardians in 31 years, because 1994 there was a strike, so they
Okay.
couldn't have a postseason. They've made the postseason 15 out of 30 years of the postseason. 13 of those were division titles.
Okay.
That's very good. That is amazing. So this organization, which from 1954 to 1989 didn't do shit, basically 1954 to 1994, did not make the postseason, could not do. I mean, they were a joke. Major League came out in '89. It was a fantasy for this team to be good. I mean, we could only win a pennant in the movies, you know.
In the movies.
In the movies, yeah, we were joking
I
about
love
it, but we were like, I remember the crowd going, "Yeah, we beat the Yankees." It was just so funny. It was just like, but I mean, it's like, guys, maybe this is exactly what this organization might need. You ever heard that song, "A Change Would Do You Good"? Cheryl Crow.
Yes. Yes.
There you go. Well, also too, when I hear about people like, well, school teachers should make more money. Why are we paying all these athletes all this stuff? Okay,
That is
I
good.
respect teachers. I respect people that do that profession. But let me tell you this: if you could get millions of people to either stream or tune in on television to watch you teach an algebra class, by all means, make your money. Because you're not going to see that.
Yeah.
Not going to
Yeah.
see it. You're not going to have that happen. Millions of
It's
people are not going
property
to.
taxes, but it's teachers that want the property tax base that support your school. So,
I pay my taxes. I do my job.
you
I pay my
know,
taxes. I'm involved in my kids' education. I
mhm.
help them with their homework. I meet with the teachers.
That's what teachers really want is involved parents,
Yeah.
involved parents that support their kids before they even come to school. That's what teachers really want. I'm a former teacher myself too.
Well, yeah. No, I'm
So
just there's nothing. I mean, that's what it is. I remember it was so funny when my daughter was like My daughter was maybe 6 weeks old, and this one. I'm not going to say her name or anything. She's like a friend. My friend's wife's like, "Have you thought about your daughter's education?" The way she just said it, like it was all like. And I looked at her and said, "Well, I'm all for it."
I
She made me
heard.
laugh. It's just like, I'm like, she's 6 weeks old. Can I get a good night's sleep? Can we go there? Can we fucking start there, please? Like, it's like we purposely moved to this school district because my wife wanted our daughters to go to this school district. That's why.
Mhm,
And that's why if we ever move again
mhm.
outside of Ohio, the school district, it's not going to be until they graduate from high school. And that's
I
at least
moved
10
to an
years away.
area. I don't have any kids, but I purposely moved to this area because it's a good school district.
Yeah.
And you know why it makes a difference? It is quiet by 8 o'clock around here because these people take care of their kids and put them in the house at night to be ready for school the next day. That's the reason why I moved to this school district. And
Right.
it's not a rich neighborhood. It's not. It's a lower middle class neighborhood. But
Yeah.
I do move to this school district because people care about their kids learning and getting a future, here.
Perfect.
It really does matter. And I'm telling
Perfect.
you, these kids are in the house at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Well, no,
They're
that's fine. My point being is that there's so many things you could push back on, but I'm making a point was that stadium was built in a rush. It's falling apart. It's going to be 30
Mhm.
years old. They're leaving after the lease is expired. They're fulfilling their obligation with the lease. The city of Cleveland, they had a plan in place with Mayor Bibb that they were going to work on with the land bridge, not with Mayor Bibb, Mayor Jackson his
Mm-hmm.
predecessor. When Mayor Bibb came into
Oh my
office,
gosh, that's been a while
when
since I
Mayor
heard
Bibb came
that.
into office, he kind of tore it up and threw it out. So we're like,
Hmm.
they went, okay, we're going to go to Plan B. Let's look at other places to build the dome. And actually, it worked. I think it worked out for the better. I think it's
I
going to work
think
out for the better.
I think Brook Park is a good area. Shout out to people of Brook Park. First of all,
Mhm.
thank you to the people of Brook Park. There's gonna be some sacrifice with them. There's gonna be traffic and everything, but I think it's next to the airport that I'm coming into town to a game. It's gonna be nice for me to be close, get out the airport and be right close to the stadium. you know
Mhm.
Anybody want an Airbnb? But I
Yeah,
think I think it's kind of cool.
yeah. I'm
you
pretty.
know
I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't because my Harvey and I we're going to continue to go to
and
Browns
I'm
games
still
this
gonna give
season.
my
Ticket
money to
holders.
Cleveland.
We're going to go at least one season at the new stadium. See where
Hmm.
it takes us. If he doesn't want to do it anymore, I might take it over. And by that time, by
Hmm.
2030, my oldest daughter will be 15 and my youngest will be 13. My two daughters.
Hmm.
I could start taking them to games.
Hmm. Hmm.
At that
And I'm
age, I
still
think
gonna give money to Cleveland
I've
because my
taken them to
family
Cavs.
lives
We've
in
been to
Cleveland.
Cavaliers games. We went to the Indians game. Been to Cavaliers games. They've never been to a Browns game. Maybe I'll take them. Why not?
Hmm.
I mean, they might.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so funny. Like they'll watch. They don't really show interest in sports too much, which is
Hmm.
fine. I mean, they're girls, I guess so.
They'll change. They may change. They may change.
They may
They
change. They
make
could
some
as they
friends.
get older.
Yeah,
Um,
they make
I
some friends.
the other thing too is they have no interest in wrestling, which I thank you. I don't want them anywhere near it. I don't want them anywhere near that business. My
Uh-huh.
family, my wife, my family, nowhere near it. Nothing to do with it. And people are
Uh-huh.
like, really? Well, don't you? No, I don't want my daughters anywhere near it.
No, you've
No, I don't.
known. No, you could tell us stories. Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
could tell many stories,
That's like
but
my son doesn't want anywhere near the medical field because he knows the underside, the other side of
well,
the
oh
medical
yeah, there's
field.
so many other things they could do, and go to school, get an education.
Hmm.
You could do so much other stuff. I mean, plus a lot of times getting an education doesn't necessarily mean college either. You could go to a trade school
No,
and you could learn
no.
other stuff.
Yes, I taught at a tech school, and the kids I used to teach, I've seen them out in the community. They're thriving. They're thriving.
Hmm.
They're
Hmm.
thriving with their
Yeah,
tech education.
yeah.
Hmm.
There's so much you could do. There's
Hmm.
so much you could do. So you never know. I mean,
Hmm.
20 years ago, this what we're doing now wasn't even a thing.
Hmm. Who
So who
knows
knows? 20 years
what
from now.
technologies they're going to
Yeah.
be? You
Yes.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like I one time I was thinking I was like, there's going to be such a thing as like space nursing because we don't know the effects of gravity on people's body. You know what I mean? So there's going to be that's going to be a new profession.
That's a new one. Space
Mhm.
nursing. Yeah.
Space nursing. So there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. So just to sum everything up, guys, get an education. So the UFL's making changes. They're doing it. They're making some changes. The ticket prices and everything at the stadium, it's going to go up with the rate of inflation and normal increases.
Mhm.
It really, I think, it's just something being blown out of proportion, which
Mhm.
usually happens all the time. It'll die off.
Mhm.
Next, we got a preview of the game. On paper, there's a lot of injuries for Minnesota,
Mhm.
and the defensive line could be able to feast and do well. So let's hope we come out of London.
Get it.
If we got out of these first 6 games with 2 wins,
Mhm.
sweet, that'd be
Sweet.
great.
Get at Carson. Get at Carson. Carson's a triple threat, guys.
Hmm.
Miles feast.
Yep,
Miles, you got to
yep.
feast.
Let's see what we
Get
got. And
at him.
I don't know what the let me just let me look at this Sunday weather forecast for London, England. Let me
And
just
every
look it
time,
up.
I'm sorry, every time I've been here in London this week, I've been thinking, dun, 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 dun. All this week, every time somebody said London or read London, I kept thinking, dun, 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 dun. The whole time you said London this week, this episode, I'm thinking, oh goodness.
Pass the crumpets, mate.
Yes. I am thinking about making Hillshire sausage and mashed potatoes.
Okay, it looks like it is going to be cloudy with
Of course,
twenty
cloudy.
percent chance of rain and 59 degrees.
Okay, not too bad. That may be a treat to them. They're used to sweating, and that might be a treat for them.
Yeah, that's the forecast. So I'm
Uh-huh.
thinking it's like what? How far ahead are they than us?
6 hours.
They're 6 hours ahead. So okay, let's
Six
see.
hours ahead.
Yeah, about six. Yeah, about 20% chance of rain. So
So
so it's like
yeah.
3:30 their time is gonna be 9:30 our time.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I'm like 8:30. I gotta go to bed. Like I gotta go to bed the night before. Like I'm going to work. I think.
Okay.
Yes. But I do want to see this game. I do want to see this game. I want to be able to talk with you guys about it.
Sure.
If you need me next Friday. Well, yeah, I really want to be on next Friday, even if Sherry's here, because next Wednesday, guys, Mark Rapol, he dropped the news today, sadly, about those
Yeah.
teams. But next Wednesday, he's going to do probably the second portion of
Well,
news.
let's go ahead.
Mhm.
Let's do this. Why don't you come back next Friday on the show, regardless with Sherry being here or not?
Okay.
We'll anticipate that we could talk UFL and we'll talk Brown Steelers and we'll also review
Mhm.
the Vikings game. Okay.
Sure thing. Sure
All right,
thing.
guys, we're about to wrap it up. And I
Mhm.
did pause for a break already, so good. I did a shout out to the sponsors. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We appreciate it every Friday
Thank
night.
you.
Appreciate all of you. It's been a long grind. It's going to be a grind. And like I said, guys, just take a pill. Go outside, touch grass, breathe. All right. Guess sometimes not everything goes the way you plan.
Hmm.
It happens.
And
It
sometimes it's a
happens.
pleasant surprise. And let's go deal. Let's
Yeah,
go
and
deal.
don't ever forget when the river burns, it burns brown and orange. Thank you.
Brown and orange for life, baby.
All right.
Hmm.
Your call is important to us. We'll take one for the next available representative. Doesn't it sound like old music?
Yes, it does.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Alrighty. Go Browns.